Hello, welcome back, and thank you for joining me today. I thought I'd do something just a little bit different and explore some ways that we can overcome creative blocks. It can happen to all of us, especially me from time to time. So I wanted to look at some ways that we as creatives can overcome some of these creative blocks that happen to us. So, first of all, exactly what is a creative block? This term describes a condition that can range from having difficulty coming up with new ideas to being completely unable to create any usable creative work. And I've explored both of those. I've had both of those happen to me. So there are some common triggers for creative blocks. It can be anything from timing, stress, boredom, fatigue, fear, and even anxiety. So there's some simple things that we can implement that can help us tackle this beast head on. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get some rest. Yes, get some rest. The creative process and even daily life in general can take both a mental and physical toll on each one of us. And one of the key factors that can trigger a creative block is indeed fatigue. So make time to recuperate, and it's not only good for the creative process, but for our mental health overall. The next thing we want to do is write. Keep a journal or a diary of our daily activities. The written word is a powerful tool and one of the many ways to overcome creative blocks. Actively maintaining a notebook or journal full of creative ideas can come in handy in the event of a creative lull. So, as ideas come to you, have that notebook handy, write them down. And by doing this, it can help remove those creative barriers. Brainstorming is another written exercise that prompts creative thinking. So, what aspects of photography or your creative process? So, write those down. Come up with as many ideas or phrases as possible in the shortest amount of time. And this can often deliver some unique, creative, and differing perspectives in our daily creative process. Next is listen to music. What's your favorite type of music? Generally, something that's relaxing and calming can help decrease brain activity and reduce anxiety, which in itself can restore emotional balance. So, whether it's listening while working or at rest or when you're outside different activities with family, music can aid in restoring the creative flow. Next is sketch your surroundings. I'm not an artist, but just doodling. Grab a drawing medium and a sheet of paper or even your tablet or iPad. The iPad comes with the new Fresco, which is a great tool for doodling. Um, so quickly sketch as much of your surroundings as possible. Again, it doesn't have to be anything very artistic, and just for 5 or 10 minutes. And while it may seem simple, making up rough sketches encourages mindfulness and utilizes creativity without the pressure of perfection. Again, we're not aiming for perfection, we're just looking for ways to reveal the creative possibilities in our surroundings. Next, change of scenery. Even a simple walk around the block or walk in the park has been proven to combat that creative block. So, new places can inspire new thought patterns. So, a change of scenery indeed is a simple way to get into a more creative mindset. Gear up. One of the ways to overcome creative blocks is to seek out new equipment. Now, this may not be for everybody depending on your budget, but new gear sounds expensive and sometimes it can be, but simple accessories, economical accessories, extension tubes, prisms, crystal balls, filters, and some of these can be found on different websites for under $20, some even under $10. And these new tools can have a significant creative influence on our photography. So even old cameras and lenses, grab that lens that you haven't used on your camera in a while and try shooting with it. You can even find some at thrift stores and pawn shops. And these can present with some new challenges and opportunities. Be distracted. Yes, even embracing distraction, even though it seems a little counterproductive, it can put an uncooperative artistic undertaking to one side for a while, and it can be the best way to combat a creative block. So taking a break to reset and relax is a conducive way to fill the mind. Go out for a walk, have a shower. I love a hot shower, and do some tidying around the house. All these are ways of being distracted and can overcome creative blocks. Next, seek inspiration. We've talked about reading, we talked about just drawing and doodling, but the creative mind feeds on inspiration. Reading books and articles by other photographers, listening to podcasts, even there's YouTube videos. Watch something you haven't seen before, a new creative process. These can chip away at those stubborn creative blocks. And then, due to the shutdown, many galleries are creating virtual tours, and this is a good way to get inspiration. So explore some of those art establishments, and you don't even have to leave the house. So search online some of the international museums. You can Google search those. Photograph something new. If you're stuck photographing the same thing all the time, seek out something new, something different, a new subject or a new technique. These can help us get out of those creative ruts. And not only photographing something entirely new, it can also serve as a refresher and can build on those skills and habits that we haven't used in a while. So if you're a portrait photographer, experiment with landscape photography and vice versa. This may help uncover some new ways to combine the two into an environmental portraiture. So while it can be difficult to take on a new project during a creative rut, doing photography outside your comfort zone can lead to significant artistic breakthroughs. Embracing a new format can expand our creativity and shift that stubborn creative block. Remember, we can't grow if we live in our comfort zone. So let's expand our horizons and do something new. Photograph your favorites. This may seem to contradict what we just said, but often we forget to photograph the very things we love to photograph in the very first place. So what is something you haven't photographed in a while? One of your favorite things. Photograph it and explore some new techniques. Maybe use some different filters or try a new artistic tool. Some of the new gradients. Change the background. Do a composite of that favorite thing. And then make a visual diary. In a creative lull, a good source of accessible inspirational material is invaluable. So visual diaries are collections of visual materials compiled into a comprehensive journal. And so you want to have images, notes, scribbles, diagrams. Visual diaries are a manifestation of the creative thought process. One of the most popular visual formats is a simple spiral art notebook. However, there are other ways you can create a visual record. You can even create a visual diary online, not just online, but there are some apps that will help you with this. You can create a visual diary in the Notes app on your phone. You can do that. So explore different ways. Use the tools that you have at hand. Pinterest and Instagram, those are great ways to get inspiration from other creatives. And if you search, there are mood boards that you can create. You can get some ideas on Pinterest for mood boards. Um, so look those up. So while it's frustrating, creative blocks can create a good opportunity to expand on our creative practice. So, from resting to listening to music to trying new techniques, there are many ways to overcome these creative blocks. And all the while, we're building on a new personal creative process at the same time. So, I hope these have helped. If you have an idea or tips on how you get rid of your creative blocks, please share them in the comments below. And I'd like to thank you again for joining me, and hope you have a great creative day. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Goodbye.